Hello everyone, this is Linda Ward, your instructor again. A lesson back, I had you create a mock-up of a web page as it would be seen on a desktop computer. And I had you do layers and create shapes with the shape tool over here and type with the type tool. And you used colors from up here. And you brought in a picture possibly. Now, the last video I showed you how to actually create artboards, and the artboards that I had you create was for an iPhone, iPad mini, and an Android 1080. What I'm going to have you do is rearrange and size and maybe delete things from this mock-up onto each of these artboards. This is called prototyping. I want you to prototype this website as it would look on an iPhone, as it would look on an iPad mini, and as it would look like on an Android. Now, we've got all the pieces parts over here in these layers. Everything that we need is over here. So, we do not have to rebuild from scratch onto these artboards. All we have to do is drag in layers. Okay, now here's how I want you to arrange your windows to get started. Window, arrange, tile vertically. And it's best only to have these two files open. Don't have another open because then you'll have several windows tiled vertically. Now I'm going to go over here and I'll go Command or Control plus to get, and then I'll hold the space bar and drag this down just to have the iPhone in there. Okay, so the first thing that's the easiest to do is to drag this footer. And if you'll look over on this file, you gotta click on it. There's all these layers. Well, how am I gonna go up and down and find those out? Well, no problem. Be sure you have your Move tool and be sure to have Auto Select clicked on. Now, all I have to do is go over here, click on the footer, and there it is up there. I will click and drag the footer right over here. And I'll just put it in place. So there's the footer. Okay, now I will want this banner. So let me just click on the banner. Now I'm down here. Now I had the banner clipped to, or the image clipped to this banner. If you'll see, it was just a green bar there, and I've got the image. So let's bring the banner in first. Oh, first of all, guys, be sure we're on the iPhone. But when you click that, we would be on it anyway. The iPhone, you're going to start building layers under here. Be sure you're on here, because if you're on this or this, you're going to put the layers over here. So let's go back here. And I want to get that banner thing first. So I'll bring it up here. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now let's go back to this file and let's get the image. And we'll put the image. Now the image is kind of big, don't worry about that. Now remember, like in the other one, we did the Option or Alt key and clip the image to the banner layer. There we go. There it is. Do you know what? That might not be long enough. So what I'm going to do is turn off the eyeball of, oops, wait a minute, click on this. Turn off the eyeball of the picture, click on the banner, go Command T, like what we did when we did our mock-up. I'll make that a little longer, hit return. Now, turn the eyeball of the picture back on, hold the Option, and clip it back. Oops, clip it back. Okay, so there's my banner. Okay, now let's think of something else here. We've got the banner. I still need the type. So I will click on the type tool, or type there, and there it is. Click and drag it over here. And it's probably going to be in there, about like that. And it was kind of centered and to the edge. Okay, Art Alive. There we go. Do you know what? I wonder if I clicked on this picture, if I dragged it over this way, You can rearrange your picture so the Art Alive is more in the darker area. That looks pretty good. So there's good contrast between the type. So what next? Now this is probably the harder things right here. I'm going to go down here and I'm just going to get one of these buttons and I'm going to put it over here. Okay, now I'm going to go Command T. I'm going to start doing the names of the artists up and down here. So I will bring this like right there and hit return. Now on the Mac, I would use the Option key, and on the PC, the Control key, and I will make copies. So on the Mac, I will make copies of this. I will put this one down real close. I would put this one down real close, just to where there's just a sliver. Ah, it's actually telling me a little, like 4 pixels. Ah, that's out, and I need 5 of them. If you watch the smart guides, 4 pixels, see that? There's just 4 pixels in between each one. So that means I don't have to evenly distribute it. Now I've got to get the people. So over here, I will go, let's see, their names are right here. Tim, Cheryl, Lisa, Gina, and Alla. So Tim was the first one. I'll grab Tim and put him like right here. And uh-oh, wait a minute. I need to go over here. Oh yeah, I had that. Never mind, I had that right. Okay, I'll grab Tim and put him right there. That sounds pretty good. And he'll probably have to be centered a little bit, but that's good. Okay, now I'll come over here and in this file, that was Tim. I'll get Cheryl next. Get Cheryl in there. Okay, come to this file and get Lisa. Get Lisa in there. And then come back to this file. You got to click on the file to get them. Gina. And click over here again, and there's one last one, Alla. Okay, so there they are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Tim about in the center, okay, and Alla there. So let's click on all the names. I'll do it in here. That and shift click down through Tim. I want them to be totally centered on top of each other, and I want them evenly distributed horizontally. There you go. So there's my links. Instead of them looking like this on the desktop, I'm going to have them like this. So the next thing, let's see what else is important. Meet the artist and the article is important. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on Meet the Artist and drag it over here, and I might even make it a little bigger. Okay, Meet the Artist. Now I need this article, and I'll put that right here. Now this may have to be redone a little bit, but that won't be a problem, because what I'm going to do is get the T tool, click once in it, and I will widen this. So there's the article about Meet the Artist. Okay, and hit return. Okay, oops, okay. Now I'll get out of the T tool. So this is what I've got so far. I thought the banner, these links, and the article was important. Now I'd like to get a picture. I may not put this in. I possibly might not put this in. Or I might do something different with that. We'll check it out. Right now, this doesn't look like it's going to be long enough. Let me go Command 0 or minus. This doesn't look like it's going to be long enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it, and up in the properties, I can make it longer. Let's make it 1500, 1500. Now obviously I'm going to have to drag this down. And I'm not sure what that is. Okay, I'm going to have to drag that down. Now, let's go back to this one. And I want the picture. And I will drag the picture in. That looks pretty good. I may even make the picture larger. Command T, hold the Shift key, and drag it larger. This is why I wanted more length on this prototype. And hit return. There. What I could do, because there is this pink, I might not have this up here, but I might do this. Let's get the picture and raise it up. Now, what I can do is get this piece, drag it over and drop it. Now, I'm going to move it down to about there, and I'm going to go Command T. I want to make it shorter and wider. This is just, I'm just going to do this a little differently. And hit return. And I might drop it down a little. Bring it down with the arrow keys. Now, I've got this type. When you're curious, let's click on it. And there it is. I will bring it over, and right now it's on top of this. Don't worry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the T tool. And I'm going to click in there, and let's zoom in, Command plus plus, and the space bar, oops, and the space bar. Let me get out of that type. Now the space bar, I will come up here. I want to get it longer, and let's get the T tool. I will, oh wait a minute, let's move it down here. When you are, now get the T tool, click in there, go Command A, and let's lower the font size. 12? That might not be, how about 14? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in front of the word curious and hit delete. When you're curious, I'm not sure what that's about, but let's get that over there. When you're curious, hit delete and a space. You find lots of things. What I'm doing is hitting this and hit delete. Things to do, and I got to put a space in there. Whoops. Space right there, to do. Okay, that can actually be a little larger type, so I'll highlight it, and let's try 18. Let's try, I think 24 will be too long. Yeah, so let's try 18, let's try 20. Highlight that and put 20 in there. Okay, now I can actually put it there, and then get out of the type tool by clicking the move tool. And now let's go Command 0 to see how that goes. Okay, my type isn't quite centered, so I'll click on it, and with the arrow key I'll put it in the center. And there you have it. Now, I don't need this file anymore because I'm probably going to do similar to this on the other pages. So let me go click on this one and go Window, Arrange, Consolidate all tabs. Now, what do I do? Now I can just use this to copy and paste over there. Whoops, let's get this picture centered a little. There we go. All I have to do is copy and paste stuff over here now. So what I would do is, like, click on the picture. Let's go down here. This is where you may want to take the layers panel out here, and let's see here, panel options. Let's see if we can well, it is the smallest right now. Okay. Okay. If I want that banner and maybe this pink band and the type, okay, we can actually hold the Option key or the Control key on the PC and drag it up to the Mini. So now I've got those things up there. So I will bring this down here, just like that. And I think I will probably have to get the type a little centered. Well, I think it was. Okay, so there's that part. Then I can come up here. I want the picture. Okay, hold the Option key or Control key on the PC and put the picture in. Now, it might not be where I want it, so I'll just rearrange it. In this case, I will most likely need to make that picture smaller. Command T, hold the Shift key, make it smaller. Okay? Okay. And hit return. Now, just the same as what I did before, I can shift click all of those, drag them over. I may have to make them smaller, and then I'll do meet the artist. And that's the way you would copy and paste from one artboard to the other. Be sure you hold the Option key when you drag from here up to there, and or the command or Control key on the PC to drag a layer from here to here, because you don't want to drag the layer from here to here, because then the picture would just go over there and there'd be nothing here. So there you have it, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.